Y'all smell that again? It's stank in here and it smells like lies again. What's going on, everybody? Hit that subscribe and let's get into it. All right, so look, let's be honest. Somebody is lying here, all right? Because now there's a rumor going around that Joel Kinnaman will be reprising his role as Rick Flag Jr. in James Gunn's new DCU Peacemaker Season 2. Makes me wonder. That's kind of strange because let me remind you, according to Deadline last year, on October 4th, 2024, there was an article that was about Joel, and he said himself, quoting, that he would never be on a show like HBO's Peacemaker to reprise Rick Flag. I'm telling you, somebody here is lying. Now, I get it. These are actors, actresses, they need money, and, money talks. But if you're saying that you would never be on a show like HBO, with Peacemaker, why are you gonna come back? See what I'm saying? This right here is smelling a little funky, and it just sounds like somebody straight up lying. Either he's lying, or again, James Gunn with the studio. But again, this is the rumor that's going around, but I wouldn't be surprised. Even if it's as a flashback, it's kind of BS because he said himself that he would never be on a show like this. So it contradicts himself saying, hey, you say you would never be on it, and here you are, And seeing when actors and actresses do this, it just makes me lose respect for a person because they say that they would never be, what they would never do, and if they do end up doing it, it's just like, you know what? You just fake from the beginning. You should have just said you're not gonna do it and call it a day, even if you need money, because that to me and a lot of fans just screams that you're a sellout, and of course everybody that's with James Gunn and his DCU and this whole reboot and everything, he's just picking and choosing what's convenient for him, and whoever sucks up to him, then he'll go ahead and bring him into this shitty reboot universe, which it makes no sense because if it's supposed to be a reboot, just recast and replace everybody and hit the reset button and go all out. But instead, James Gunn is just picking and choosing as always who he wants to bring on board. But this right here is just proving to you that if Joel does come back and reprise his role, even if it's for like a flashback scene, that to me, as the actor, loses points because it's like you just said one thing and now you're contradicting yourself. I just look at it from a different point of view as, man, you know what? At this point, they're all lying. It's like they're all a network where all together they're just coming together so they can lie to the fans, to the audience. And of course, they're trying to do this probably just to lure in more, people to watch the show because people are not going to be interested in what they have going on. A lot of people are not interested. We saw how bad Superman did. And of course, we already know that HBO Max and the CEO came out not long ago that he confessed and said that, yeah, they were faking the numbers using bots so it could look like they were getting people watching their shows. But with that being said, what are your thoughts? Hit that subscribe, and until next time.